Hello, Linux lovers. My name's Wimpy. Welcome to my world. Right, it's that time of the year again. It's time to update some Mate desktop packages in Ubuntu Mate. So we're just going to duck some of the music there a little bit. That was a little loud in my head. It's been a while since I've done one of these on my own channel. Certainly a while since I've done any Linux dev stuff. So I've got tweets to send and stuff like that. So I'll do those things and let a few people know that this is a thing that's going on. See if a few people join me for a chat here. That'd be nice. Always like to have a chat whilst I work on this stuff. This is going to be the first of 2 live streams that I do today. Broadly speaking, unplanned. I know what I need to do, but yeah, I haven't actually done any huge amount of setup, so I think I'm going to be picking the bones out of my dev environment. Oh wow, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Gosh, hang on a moment. Let me just do a couple of things. If you're here in the chat, do say hello. It's always good to see the people that are here and all the rest of it. So there we go. Let's do that, and let's send that in there. Right, okay. So I was on vacation. Mate 126, the desktop environment was released, and I think all of the right bits are out in the public now. So I'm going to go through the process of updating all of that packaging, and I'll be doing that in Debian. So let's just bring up the chat alongside here. Okay, I'll tell you what, let's shift this to where we're going to be doing most of the work, which is up here, and I can now move into a more natural sitting position. So like I say, I've done almost no preparation for this. So the first thing I'll do is bring up a script which I used to use. Gosh, I can't even remember the name of it. What was it? Bulk. That's the one. Bulk Mate. So I used to use a script that would automate all of this, but I'm going to do it by hand. Because why not? But also because I know there are some people that like to sort of learn the process of updating and modifying packaging and all that sort of stuff. So this is useful to me because it's got the build order in it, so I know what order to tackle the packages. And the one thing I don't have, I don't think, where did, there you are, you're there. So let's grab a new one of you, drag you down here. Oh gosh, that didn't go right, did it? Let's, oh goodness me, why are you being so fussy? There we go. So we'll put you there. Hello, our podcast. Hey Eric, how you doing? Hey Jeff Giller, how you doing? I'm having real difficulty driving today. Let's see if we can. There we go. Got hold of it. So I wonder if any of my accounts are logged in. I bet they're not. Let's do that. No, I'm not logged in. Gosh. Okay, let's just move that over here. Whilst we deal with this, nothing about this is logged in. See, this is what I said about doing no preparation whatsoever. I need to get my password manager logged in and all sorts. I use Chrome on these live streams, but I don't actually use it for anything else. So it's just like the browser I use. Hello, oh my Mindy, how you doing? Haven't seen you for a while. This will be my entertainment while doing mundane yard work. Happy to provide, well, entertainment. Thank you, Monica, for the resub. I'm going to have to figure out why those audio cues aren't coming through, but not now. Hey, it's Swells. Welcome back. How are you? Right. So what you can't see me doing is over here on another screen. I'm just authenticating my password manager so I can log into Launchpad. Because although I'm going to be updating all of the packages in Debian, I will be uploading those modified packages into a PPA for the Ubuntu Mate QA team to do testing. So updating Git in Debian Salsa and then building in PPAs. If you've seen one of these before, you know the drill. And if you've never seen any one of these before, then you'll learn a little bit of what goes on behind the scenes. Monica says, hello, hello. Hey, Andreas, hello. How lovely. Nice of you to stop by. Thoroughly enjoyed your stream yesterday. For those of you in chat or looking at this, there's somebody that goes by Awesome Kling username, and that's Andreas Kling, who's the lead developer of Serenity OS. And I had a lot of fun watching an office hours with Andreas yesterday, poking into some of the underbelly of Serenity OS and what he and the team have been working on over there. It's fascinating stuff. Right, so Monica says you're watching while Tyler and I are frantically preparing overlays. So you're preparing for your streams later. So this is Tyler from the JB community, I imagine you're talking about there, Monica. Say hello. I haven't seen Tyler since, the before times. Thanks for the sub. Oh, thanks for the sub. That's very kind. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Troy. So, where are we? Hurricane and tropical storm warning mania. Oh my gosh, sounds exciting where you are. We thought of you actually. Oh, right. Yeah. Someday we'll all be in the same place at the same time. That worrying smell of gas. I will send messages to the family and make sure something's not going horribly wrong in the kitchen beneath me. Right then. Where was I? I was going to log into Launchpad, so let's just get that done over here. And I'm going to need another 2FA code. There we go. Right, so let's get. I tell you, all this security is a pain, isn't it? It slows things up somewhat, but we can't live without it these days. So what am I logging into here? I'm logging into Launchpad, so that's the code I need. Right. So the other thing is this is the return to my regular live streaming as well. So some of you may know I've been live streaming for work. We've now got that on a weekly cadence. So that's going to be continuing on a my time Thursday evening, sort of late morning US time. I know there's many time zones to account for there. Right, okay, so I'm logged into Launchpad now, so that's the only other thing that I'm going to need. And we'll be building in, which PPA is it? We're going to be building in Playground. So let's just go and take a look and see how that's doing for space. Pardon me. Oh, plenty space, so I don't need to get in there and delete anything just yet. So let's just have a little look here. What have we got then? Okay, well, stay safe, it swells. Yeah, okay. Hey, Big Pod. Hello, Big Pod. Thank you very much for joining. If you would be good enough to post a link in the chat to where you've updated your CI/CD stuff, I think I'm going to be able to crib some notes off you. So if you could do that, that would be fab. And oh, Mindy, what's this? Is there any setting to use the same panels and docks on all displays? No, there is no single switch to do that. So I hate that behavior in XFCE, in Plasma and in Mate. GNOME is the only DO which uses the same panels docks on all displays. Does GNOME do that? I thought when I ran multi-screen with GNOME, I only had that. I had it discreetly set up. I had different, but I'd chosen to do that. I can't remember what the default is. But the other desktop environment that puts the same panels everywhere is Unity. Unity only has one panel configuration, and they are reflected on all displays. Mate, you get to set up everything discreetly just as you'd like it. So what you can do, it's a bit of a faff, but you can create the same panel configuration on each display if you wanted to. It's very interesting when people come to you with their little list of I'd like to do this, I'd like to do that. You realize just how different everyone's preferences really are, and it's impossible to create a one-size-fits-all solution for anything. So, hey Eric, you've been getting fairly regular on streaming. Excellent. Yeah, well, I've been on vacation, so I'm back from that, obviously. We had a busy week at work last week, so I got back from vacation, got stuck into that, so I was a bit heads down. Prior to that, some of you may know I was learning game development for the modern era rather than on a Commodore 64, and I did a game jam. So I just took a little bit of a break at the end of the 2104 release of Ubuntu Mate. There was a few things I wanted to do for myself. And actually, when I finished the game jam, I was going to get back to the live streaming. But the other thing I've done is I've now got an office in town that I'm working from. So I had an office space to set up. So that took a couple of weeks to sort of do in between whiles. But I now have 2 places I can stream from. And I said this is going to be a return to streaming. What I'm going to start doing for the Europeans that are here, I'm going to start doing a cup of tea in the morning, chat and catch up each workday morning. And I may do like afternoon tea live stream as well to catch my American friends, and just use it as an opportunity to sort of say, these are the things I'm going to be working on, do a little bit of work, have a bit of a chat, get some feedback from people, stuff like that. So just more of a regular conversation and update on what's going on. Just because I want to get back into the flow of live streaming more regularly, but not like necessarily epic 4-hour streams, every other week or something. Although he says on a day he's probably going to be streaming 5 or 6 hours in total. This is the first of a two-part stream. Right then, so let's go back here. What I'm going to do is run through these packages in order. This configuration file is in build order, and I'm going to update each of them and then jam them at a PPA. So that's the plan. I'm going to shove it in the PPA for Hirsute, which is the 2104 release, and Impish, which is what will become the 2110 release. And this is so the QA team have got a convenient way to test these packages on current and old distros. I've spoken to my collaborator in Debian, Mike Gabriel. He's the Debian developer that I collab with on the Mate packaging. And hopefully he has pushed a bunch of infrastructure changes to the packaging. But I'm going to have to pick the bones out of a lot of stuff. So I think we should probably just get on with it. So this is the first package. This is our common package. Everything uses this. Hey Yannick, thanks for stopping by. How are you? Long time No see. It's lovely to see you all again. Catch up. Anyway, like I say, lots more of this coming up. Taking a little book tip out of Andreas's playbook, actually. I thought that office hours thing that you did was really good. And having that on a regular schedule as well. It's a good idea. I think I'm going to have to do something. Not have to. I think I will do something like that for Ubuntu Mate by way of a bit of an update. Because I've seen those development update streams or videos you've done with some of the team members. They're very good too. I like it a lot. Right then, so where should we start? Let's pull and rebase and see what we get. Okay. So, interesting. Looks like Mike may have made a start on this. What? Hang on a minute. What's going? Oh, I'm in the wrong directory. Sorry, I am in the wrong place entirely. Right, let's try that again. Okay. Why is this asking me for that? Okay, well, let's allow that. So let's try that again. Let's be in the right place. Okay, that's clean. Let's pull this one. Right. Right then, what have we got here? Yes, so I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I have completely kicked into touch drinking coffee. So that was about, I don't know, whenever we did FOSS Talk Live, the day after FOSS Talk Live, I went cold turkey, and I haven't had coffee since. I'm a full-time tea drinker again. Right then. So we've got that there. So, can I... Come on, fish, help me out here. DCH minus V. Yeah. This will be 1.26.0. So there we go. That puts that in. I can then gosh, how do I do this? Uscan. There we go. It's been a while. Okay, that pulled the package down. That's the release. So I think what we'll do is git Debian changelog like so. So that's a change we're definitely going to make. We want the unreleased change. And now I'm going to change this for uploading into an Ubuntu PPA. So we want to drop the version down to 0 and then put an Ubuntu suffix on it. And this will build Pursuit to start with. Okay. There we go. Right then. Yeah, so you like that idea of doing like an office hours, Yannick? I mean, you've done a ton of work. We need to hook up on like the boutique and everything, because I know you've done like hours and hours of work on that. Should probably get that integrated sometime soon. Yes, video intros, Yannick. Yes, please. How on earth can I survive without coffee? A lot better, as it turns out. Sleeping much better indeed. So let's build this source package. I need to unlock my signing key. There we go. And now, what is it? Lintian? No, that's not Lintian. Let's try that again. There we go. This is what I love about the fish shell. All I can remember these days is the first command I need to execute to do stuff. And as long as I can remember that, lintian, it's here for me in fish. And I can just, I don't have to commit these things to memory or write it down anywhere. I can just do what needs to be done. So what I'm looking at here is if the... Okay, so what I can see here is that Mike has done what he said he was going to do, which is update to the new standards version, which this could cause me troubles, but let's see. So let's just put that into the PPA for playground. And this is the simplest package of the lot. So we'll just push that up and we'll let that one just go. Fish is awesome. It's so... I know people that use it rave about it, but you don't hear many people raving about it. I think since Z Shell became popular on Mac OS because it became the default, a lot of people, kind of, it's either Bash or Z Shell, but Fish, better than both in my opinion. Right then. Ah, yes, Monica. I heard Reese on the Ubuntu podcast talking about like the handing over of Ubuntu on Air to community streamers. That sounds great. In fact, something else I'm going to be working on is a friend of mine is also thinking about doing a bit more live streaming, but they then explained that their OBS setup would be seriously basic. So I thought about that and I thought, well, you can import profiles and scene collections into OBS. So what if I was to make a like an Ubuntu community, or not even Ubuntu, but Linux live coding, template in OBS, so that a lot of the cool stuff is there and you can just plug in a few bits. So just to help people get started. Yeah, I know, right? I'm gonna be doing those. I'm gonna be doing some video. I know they're a long time coming. I only learned something new about OBS yesterday or a couple of days ago with how the audio is configured. I've been doing it wrong for such a long time, and it's not like getting this audio, but in terms of multiple tracks and how to monitor and output audio correctly. I'd been doing it wrong for such a long time, I didn't realize. So let's just pop over to Chrome, and we are only interested in Suite for the moment. And there it is. So that's pending. Well, that's encouraging. I wonder if it's actually building. Oh, it's done. Awesome. So the reason that that's awesome is because it means that Suite is able to build the newer packages with the newer standards version in it. So we can rock on now. So let's do this thing. Shall I just build for Suite and then update them all for Impish? That would probably be a sensible thing to do. Or would it? No, let's build for both now. I did spell... I hated this code name. I typed it wrong literally every time. Oh, gosh. I didn't want to do that, did I? Right. Impish. Okay. Let's deput that, and this time with Impish. Right then, so that's on its way. Let's move to the next package, which is going to be Mate Desktop. And it's quite amusing because people see this package get a version rev and they think that's it, the whole desktop is updated, where in actual fact this is just a bunch of common libraries, a bunch of common functions in a library. It doesn't do anything. The only thing that's in this that people know about is it's the about Mate dialogue. That's the only actual bit of executable code in it. So yeah, when this package gets revved, people get excited, but there's not a whole lot in here of any use at all. Oh, come on, Debian Ubuntu, what are you doing? Looks around cautiously. Why is that not pulling anything down? Martin also notices with interest he's done a bad as he looks at the fact that his Wi-Fi is still enabled whilst he's streaming. Oopsies. Come on, why are we not? There we go. That was weird. Okay, so let's take a look in this. And in fact, the ch upstream release. Let's hang on, this is wrong. What the heck? So that should have just been that, and then git commit, go back, new upstream release. So let's make that change because we know we have to have that one. Why is Debian Ubuntu misbehaving? This is typical. This is going to get tired very quickly. Okay. Let's just go back to this one. There we go. And we'll push that one as well because we know that needs to go up. And then... oh, bother. Silly boy. I've done a bad thing. Right. I'm allowed one mistake, I think. Well, let's just look. This is going to have all the Ubuntu stuff in it, isn't it? Made a bad. I've made a bad. Right, okay. Now I see that people are doing some stuff. Yeah, the virtual webcam in OBS, I've noticed it works the first time you engage it and then not afterwards, and you have to unload the kernel module and reload the kernel module. So I don't know what's going on there. But that's been my workaround, is unload the loopback kernel module, reload it, and then the virtual camera works. Or create a nifty little ffmpeg script that actually just does a copy from the camera to the virtual camera and just do it all with ffmpeg and sidestep OBS. And I do that sometimes because I don't want all of OBS running just to create a virtual camera. I've not noticed the lag, I have to say. I've not noticed any lag being introduced by the virtual camera. Okay, so Eric, you've shared around an OBS config, and people have imported that successfully. Okay, so Big Pod asks, why is Mate Desktop Mate Common and Mate submodules are done through? Okay, so one of the reasons why using submodules is not a good idea is Debian packaging policy doesn't allow Git submodules. So that there is one very good reason why like good GitOps practice doesn't apply to Debian packages. So there's that. Right then, let's move on. So I think I just bumped the version, right? Yeah. So let's close common. Wrong screen again. Right then. So that's our Ubuntu specific version, and now we're going to build for suit, and we'll put a rev on that, and save that. Build it. Whoop! We forgot to download the upstream source. There we go. Let's build it. And push it. What are we looking for here? We're looking for nothing there. This. So yeah, like I say, Big Pod, it's there was some projects I was packaging in Debian, I can't remember what it was now, that uses it was actually Brisk menu switched to submodules, and we were building from a Git snapshot. Which then didn't fly in Debian, so we had to switch to building from the release tarballs. Hello, Andy Hazen. How the devil are you? Thanks for stopping by. Right. Let's do the same for Impish. Oops. So Big Pod, if you know I'm about to stroll into a package where you had to massage the dependencies, just give me a ping so I know that extra work is. Yeah, I'm very well, Andy. I've been on vacation among other things, and what you will have missed earlier is this is a return to regular live streaming, not just Mate and Ubuntu Mate, but stuff in general. So yeah. Hey Linux Paul, how are you? And in fact, this is the first of 2 live streams I'm doing today. So let's push the Impish version up. What have I done? Oop. There we go. Right, it's on its way. Let's just see if those are doing anything interesting over here. Okay, so that's on its way. Let's see how this one's progressing. That's still building. Okay, in fact, that's at early stages. So, next up will be what? Oh, the user guide. That should be fine. And there's actually 2 new packages being released by Mate Upstream this release. So the plugins for Pluma, the editor, which some of the Upstream devs are claiming is an IDE, but you know, it's no code, but it's better than gedit. Its plugins are now a separate package, and those are touch and go as to whether or not I'm going to be able to squeeze those in, because obviously the Debian import freeze has landed already, so I'll have to do something about that. And there was another new package upstream, and I've already forgotten what it was. Something, but there's 2 new packages, but they're kind of optional, so it's not critical that I get them into 2110. Oh, you've been testing new headphones today. They may prove to be endgame headphones. Which ones did you go for, Paul? Right. Late to stay, but next to the ABS Master Skills, learning about the fish shell has been low. Oh, you're using fish as well? How are you, Eric? Good for you. Not nano. We're not nanoing today. Right. Wow. That's a lot of stuff in there. What did Mike do? Okay. Right, let's do that. Get rid of the correction, we're not going to be using that again. Shit. Okay, let's make an Ubuntu version. So if you're wondering why I do this, make the Ubuntu version lower than the Debian version, that's because eventually, because the import freeze is in place, so there are no packages entering Debian that are being automatically synchronized to Ubuntu at this point anymore, because we're at that point in the release cycle. So what I do is I make the versions I upload to Ubuntu a lower version number by putting this 0 here, as opposed to it being a 1 in Debian. And then in the next cycle, I just sync all of the packages from Debian over the top of Ubuntu, so that what's in Debian is the same as what's in Ubuntu. And so this is how I, make sure that I do all the work in Debian, and then that all flows into Ubuntu ultimately. But I have to do the upload separately at the moment. Thank you very much for the follow, Luna. Right then, so we'll build this. In fact, no, we won't. We'll download the tarball first. This is quite a chunky package. It's got, as you can imagine, there's a lot of pictures and text in it. So Sennheiser 660S, very good choice indeed. Yeah, I bet you are. I'm a total Sennheiser snob, so I completely approve of your choice. So I'm using, what are these? These are the first gen Sennheiser Momentums, the earbuds that I use, and that's because they support aptX low latency, which means I can do this whole streaming in-ear monitoring thing, and it's low enough latency that it happens, it's natural. But I have found out, I think those Sennheisers you have are actually made by EPOS Audio. And EPOS Audio have now been spun out into their own business, effectively. So Sennheiser are only going to focus on pro audio, so actual like broadcast stuff. And EPOS is going to become the consumer brand. And I have these, which are EPOS GTW 270 earbuds, and these are also aptX low latency. And you can find these on eBay for like 75 quid, and they were over 200 when they were first out. And I'm switching over to these as my in-ear monitors because the battery lasts longer, they sound really good, they're smaller, more comfortable. So I love Sennheiser, and the mics that I always use Sennheiser microphones as well. I love Sennheiser gear. It's very rare that they make a bad bit of kit. Why is your video mirrored? It's something that I do in this scene. So actually, if I just do this, you will see it flips. And the reason I do this is because I have the code over there. And so when I sit here like this and I'm looking at the code, this camera looks like I'm looking at what's on screen. So it's a cheeky trick. Okay, let's try and build that source package, see how we go. No, I just thought it looked a bit natural with, the way that I look, with the way my monitors are arranged and what have you. Oh, AKJ make nice gear as well, yeah. So let's whoop. Didn't put that one up. Okay. I'm a bit irritated that I forgot to disable the wireless. So I'm in this weird situation where I've got faster Wi-Fi for sort of, downloads and general use and all the rest of it. But when I live stream over Ethernet over the home plugs because there's less sort of jitter. Not visible jitter, network jitter. DAX, right? Yeah. So I've got in fact I can show it because we have that technology, don't we? I have oh, that button doesn't do anything. There we go. That one does. There we go. So this is the overhead view, and you'll see, Yannick, I'm looking the other way now. It's clever, that, isn't it? Good trick. So this is my audio interface and DAC. So it's a solid state logic, and I love this. This is a fantastic bit of gear. All of the cables come out the back, so I don't have cables strewn all across the front of the desk. And I can mix my headphones and speakers, and up here, which you can't see, is my monitoring volumes, which I can actually crossfade between the desktop and my in-ears. And then I've got two separate interfaces here for the mics, this is my main mic, and this one is actually hooked up to wireless mics. So when I do that thing where I'm coding or building something on the other desk there, I have wireless mics plugged into this second input. This keyboard is wonderful. It's a Razer Huntsman Tournament Edition, which I have modified quite considerably. So I've got a couple. You can find people on Etsy that do stuff like this. They make artisanal keyboard things. So this is a spacebar, which is, you know, a sort of astrophotography, but these are hand painted. So there's one like that, and this one here, I don't know if you can make it out, but there's another one here which is another hand painted scene. And then this here, this is the Batman logo on the escape key, and then I've replaced these keys with sort of a fade of blue keycaps which match these. So yeah, but the keyboard itself is excellent, and then I've messed about with it because why not? Why would you not? Right, let's try this, and I think, yeah, we go. We're back on the right side of the screen again. So yes, because these are shine through, putting stickers over them isn't so great. You can get an Ubuntu one. If you look on Etsy and eBay, you can find people that make Ubuntu keycaps that will fit you know, cherry keys and what have you, so you can, you know, replace them. And then in my office, in fact, I did used to have it on the desk behind me, I've got the Asus ROG Falchion keyboard, which is a 60% keyboard, or actually I think it's a 65% keyboard because it's got the cursor keys, and I love that. That's wireless and it's fantastic, really, really good. It's the first wireless keyboard I've had where the battery life is long enough that there's nothing annoying about it. I plug it in at the end of the day to charge up, and it comfortably gets me through, you know, a long day with all of the lights going and everything. Right, let's just take a look and see if some of those packages. The reason I was pausing a little bit there is I want the desktop package, this one, to finish building, because just about everything from this point onward will require this package. So it did build, but they're not published yet, so we will just need to wait for, well, actually we don't need to wait for the ARM builds. Well, we'll soon find out whether enough of these artifacts are in the PPA or not as we push stuff up in a moment. So let's move on to the next package. So let's get rid of the guide, and let's get rid of common, and let's get rid of desktop. So next, oh no, this one should be fine. This is the keyboard stuff, so this should be fine. Why is that? Oh yeah, that's fine. We ignore that. Not. No. In fact, actually, let's do something here. Max Keyboard's custom backlit key. Oh, that sounds interesting, Andy. Have you got a link to that? I find it very difficult not to spend money on keycaps. I like messing around with keyboards. I'm opening that up now. In fact, we can do this. This is the link. This is the link that Andy just sent. Look at this. There we go. Ooh, check it out. Ooh, now we're talking. Yeah. So the reason I'm interested in this is because of how I've got my office set up. I wonder if I can find a picture. So, oh, nice. Oh, this is really rather good. Okay, what others do they have? Oh, I like that a lot. Thank you, Andy. I like that. I'm going to be weak-willed and probably buy some keycaps. I'll explain why. It's that Darth Vader one I'm interested in. How can I show this? Oh yeah, I know. Let's go. There. Oh gosh, scroll all the way down. I'm just looking for a photo. Just it's no good doing it. It's going to take forever. So, going to buy a launch. What's a launch? Oh, come on. Debian Salsa, come on. Okay, so that was from a couple of days ago. That was holiday. Go back a bit further. God. Searches for pictures. Oh, come on. There we go. Right then. This is why I'm interested in Darth Vader keycaps. Because my computer in the office is called Trooper. And when I used to work in an office, which is a long time ago, I had some Star Wars stuff, and I have, got that out of boxes and put that back in the office. So consequently, the office is kind of got a whole Imperial Stormtrooper thing going on. And this isn't all of it, because I've actually dug some more stuff out of the office since. And this was when I was in the live stream with Gear Seekers. That's me trying to take pictures, but I think in here somewhere. No, that's my daughter. No, there we go. So that's that, and that's my wife. Enough family photographs. So yeah, it's Star Wars themed. Yeah, Darth Vader keycaps would be good. Look at this. Debian Salsa's just refusing to cooperate. Oh, there it is. And it's in. Right then. That's that. Let's push that up. And launch keyboard. What are these launch keyboards? I don't know what this is. Oh, the System 76 launch keyboard. Right. I'm all caught up. I know what you're talking about. Has anyone got one or fiddled with one? What are they like? I saw photographs of them doing like assembly. It's what we. So, So, the return to racing thing. I took Hotshot Racing out for a half-hour spin about a week ago. I felt like an utter beginner, but also, like most of you, I have my t-shirt. So I am ready to maybe kick off our racing league again, and maybe those of you that I think everyone got their t-shirts, hopefully. Eric, did you get yours? I know the ones going to the US took a bit longer. Monica, I don't know if you got yours or not. I hope you did. Oh no, that's disappointing. Well, okay, that is a shame. Eric got... Yeah, that was an unexpected consequence of doing that stuff, wasn't it? Oh well. I know trained on 7-lap races. I think it's a format we need to explore. Yeah, I think we should, experiment with the thing. I think 3 laps is... I think we did that thing where we did 3... Was it 3-lap and a 5-lap race? But the longer races mean that you've got to be on it and concentrated for the whole race. Or if you do make a minor mistake and you've got pace, you can get back into the race again. So yeah, 335, that's what I thought we were doing. Hey Rudra, how are you? I saw some of your live stream the other day, by the way. Congratulations on doing that with the Ubuntu on Air. How did you find it? Looked like you were coping very well indeed. Got lots going on there. Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, first one. 447, Yannick. Okay. How about 457? Or 357. That could be a bit more interesting. A short one, a middling sized one, and a long one. Yeah, Ridwer, well done. I was delighted to see you doing that. So I've uploaded that one, so we just push this one up for Impish as well. Impish. Okay, let's go and see how these are doing. Okay, so that's all fine. That's all fully uploaded. Good. Right. Then we'll move on to the next one. Doing that thing where I'm clicking in the wrong screen. Ooh, I found some nifty gadgets. I wonder if I've got them here. I don't think so. I found these dummy... I've known about them for a while. Dummy HDMI adapters. You just plug them into an HDMI socket and they're just like the nub of a connector. But they simulate the resolution. So as far as the computer's concerned, it's... outputting a thing and you can choose the resolution. That's what I'm using for my fake workspace now. I used to have the output from the HDMI port on the graphics card going into the one of the HDMI capture ports and doing it all with screen capture, which of course adds some latency and complication. But because you can do full screen capture in OBS, I've just got one of those fake HDMI dongles plugged into the HDMI adapter to create this fake screen that I do the coding on. It works really well. I'm very happy with that. 777. Yeah, 357. I think 357 would be fun. It's like the 3 different disciplines. It's the sprint, the the mile and the marathon or something. An actual trophy. Well, if we need an actual trophy making, I do believe Yannick has a 3D printer. Yes, 3D printed trophy, Yannick. If you can make it look like the trophy from Hot Shot Racing, is that on here? I don't know. It's on the shirt, is it? No. If you can make it look like the one they hold up in Hot Shot Racing, then bonus points. I'll cover the cost of the shipping to whoever the winner is. Right then, what are we doing? Did I push that? Definitely made that change. So. Okay, so Mate Mixer next. Wow, what's up with Debian Salsa? This is a bit of a pain. Excuse me. Yeah. There you go, Yannick. That's challenge accepted, I think, is what you're saying, right? I look forward to seeing. Oh, good lord! Look, come on. This is maybe if I can't push, I probably can't pull the next one either. Well, let's find out. Oh, there we go. It's done. Man, I'm being scuppered here by so Debian Salsa is the GitLab instance that Debian operate for all of the most of the Debian packaging, the vast proportion of Debian packaging. It's in Salsa now. Debian. There's that. Where is it? Discord. Oh, there it is. Yeah, logging in is slow. Okay, well, my changes are there, but it is all going slowly. Right then, well, let's see. There we go. It didn't like that, so let's pull it. There we go. Oopsie, didn't mean to do that. So that's that bit done. So it's the usual thing, build a source. Oh no, always forget to grab the tile. So build the source, load the source, maybe this evening what I'll do is I'll dust off my script that automates this and actually like belt through it very quickly. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure there's anyone here. Well, there are some people here that probably have said hello in chat. If you're watching and you haven't said hello in chat yet, do say hi. We're a friendly crowd here. It's always good to know who's here. And let me know, have you seen me do this before, or is this new information? Hey, thanks for the follow. Cenobite offset, thank you. Did I get that right? Cenobite? Cenobite offset, yeah, looks like it. Thank you for the follow. So that's that one uploaded, and we'll do the same for Impish. Hey Ali, how are you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Drink not this up. Caffeinated Linux. Oh, right. When are you doing that, Monica? If it overlaps with this one, I'll raid your channel. So let's build that. I think maybe what we'll do is I didn't need to do that, did I? So the answer to the question is yes. So Andy asks, does Mate use things like git build package with the Debian data? Yes, it does. So what I'm doing here is the absolute bare minimum, which is updating the rev of the package and pushing it. If for any reason things don't build, or I find there's new files that aren't in the install paths and what have you, and those need to be added, as I make those package changes and commit those, we have a structure, for want of a better description, of how we format our git commits. And those git commit messages automatically go into the change log when Mike uploads them to Debian. Oh, hang on a second. So Monica was due to start at 2 p.m. UTC. That was 2 hours ago. Is that right? Okay. So yeah, that was something that Mike Gabriel, one of the Debian developers, set up for the Mate project, and then sort of explained to me, if you use this, it's 3 hours late. Okay. Well, if anyone's waiting for Monica to do their stream, and you spot that Monica starts streaming, do let me know, because when I'm done here, like I said, this is part one of a two-parter I'm doing today. I'll raid their channel. So we've done Impish for that. Let's just see how we're doing. Okay, looks like that's actually built. It has built, so okay, there's nothing wrong with the packaging. That's good. So let's move on to the next thing, which is, okay. There's been a lot of work in Marco. I don't know if any of you have read the Mate Desktop 126 release notes. But those of you that are asking after Wayland support, you'll have noticed there was some good news in there. It's not all done, but it's significantly further along now. I think there's two critical elements left, and by critical, one of them's like absolutely foundational, which is Kaja, the file manager, but all of the applications are all Wayland compatible now. So the panel, the session, all of the apps, and I think Marco as well. Yes, Marco, yes. Am I right about that? No, I could be wrong about that. I'll have to double check that. I think Marco's only partially done. But in any case, it's a lot further along. How does the panel work on Wayland? So it uses, I think it's WL roots from the Sway project to handle all of the what would have been X embeds and things like that. So yeah, thanks to the Sway team, it uses that. And what was the other protocol extension it uses? I forget, but there are two protocol extensions that are being used to completely preserve everything that the panel does. So it's running the Mate panel on Wayland is identical to running it on X, and as you can imagine, that was a bunch of work. And amusingly, it was the Wanda the fish, you know, that little animated fortune cookie fish. That was the litmus test for whether Wayland support worked or not. Apparently, Wanda hits all the edge cases for Wayland compatibility. So yeah, that's the gold standard. If you can get Wanda working on Wayland, then everything else is fine. Right, what are we building? Oh, hang on, I've gone down too far here. I need to do the icon theme next. No, it's not been ripped out. I don't think. I didn't have a huge hand in this. And also this work was done, the panel work for Wayland compatibility was done for 124. So that was done about 2 years ago, maybe longer actually. But yeah. Do you know the specific API that replaces it? I can't remember off the top of my head. I can go and look. But if you go and look through the Mate panel, Git repository, just filter that for Wayland, you will see all of the commits were very carefully put together. So anything Wayland specific has got a nice history there. So Pipewire is interesting. So unrelated to Mate, I've been poking around with Pipewire. I first had to get familiar with it for the OBS snap, because obviously in order to get Wayland screen sharing working, screen capturing working in the OBS snap, you need Pipewire and some other component. I forget what all the bits were, but you need Pipewire and other bits inside the snap, because the versions of Pipewire that exist outside the snap aren't new enough. So I kind of got into Pipewire for that, but it was literally, if you look at the OBS Snapcraft YAML, it's a massive list of disable everything in Pipewire except for basically the screen sharing stuff. But whilst I did that, I noticed that some of the things I was disabling was a whole bunch of stuff to do with Bluetooth high quality audio codecs like aptX. Thanks, Yannick. I will hop over to their thing as I finish. Where was I? Oh yeah, so there's a whole bunch of Bluetooth codecs in there for things like aptX and other higher quality Bluetooth codecs. And when I started looking into that, because the state of Bluetooth audio on Linux is a bit rubbish, but this gave me some hope. So one of the little projects I'm going to be working on, and why I'm seeking Mutu in Ubuntu, is that I want to work on adding all of that high fidelity audio to the Bluetooth support in Ubuntu, not just Pipewire, but more broadly the Bluetooth stack. So that's something I'm interested in working on. And in terms of Mate, I think we don't actually have to do anything. I mean, we may want to migrate to Pipewire's sort of native socket at some point, but because Pipewire exposes a Pulse API compatible socket, if you've got a Pulse client, then you should just be able to, you're speaking to Pipewire, but you don't know it. You're speaking to Pipewire via the Pulse API. So I think everything we have should continue to work. And I haven't investigated it any further than it should just work. But I might be wrong about that in time. Yeah. Like I say, because Pipewire implements a Pulse API, it should be possible to do that. And I don't know what the desktop team, the Ubuntu desktop team's plans might be for what will become 2204 with regards to whether they'll keep Pulse as the audio server, and then maybe move to Pipewire for, gosh, let's work it out, what would it be, 2210. Yes, so actually I believe it doesn't implement the Jack API. I believe it uses Jack, so Pipewire speaks to Jack is how I understand it. Yes, correct, Yannick. The OBS, which currently supports ALSA, Jack, Sound Audio, and Pipewire. Therefore, if you're talking, if you hook up audio through Pulse and you've got a Pipewire sound server, then it should just work using the Pulse API. It can use Jack or implement it. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I know, Andy. I mean, that's kind of the dream, isn't it? My understanding is that they've gone with that approach so that you can have the best of both worlds, which is pro audio features and which is ostensibly low latency, and the convenience of mixing multiple multiple audio streams from different clients. Right, where was I? I was doing the icon thing. So let's do that. So we'll just get this one uploading. Oh, I've got a dot there I don't need. Oh, I've forgotten again. There we go. So what have we got here? So It Swirls is asking if the commits I'm making are using standards version 460, and the answer is yes, although I'm not making that change, as you can see. When I spoke to Mike Gabriel a couple of days ago to just say, hey, I'm ready to do this, any objection to me just pushing to master? He was like, no, go for it. And then he messaged me and he was like, oh, hang on, have you got any outstanding commits? Because I want to run a script over all of the projects and bump them to standards version 460, which he did yesterday or the day before. So those standards version changes are already in these repos. So let's build that one. Oh yeah, this one takes a while, doesn't it? It's full of images, unsurprisingly. No, it doesn't work. You keep telling me this, Yannick, and it's lies. I've had zero success in getting Jack and Pulse to sit harmoniously side by side. And it makes me sad because I really, really want that, but it just doesn't seem to play nicely. Yeah, no, I know it's not a lie. I'm just saying it isn't trivial to do. I'm not prepared to have to mess around with my audio configuration every time I start the session. Yeah, you have a shell script. I know you shared it with me, and I picked it apart and looked at it, and it was just like, no, this is not what I want. Okay, Ali. So GT plug is replaced with nothing. That's right. Yeah, out process. Yeah, and can't remember if I'm using in process or out process in Ubuntu. I think they're out of process at the moment, so that's probably something I'll have to think about changing come the day. Right, Yannick, do that thing. And for bonus points, do that thing where you don't have to run a shell script. Right. No watch file found. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Itswells. Hello, Drake. Welcome. Nice one, Yannick. What was I doing? I've uploaded that, so this one's going to Impish now. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to cheat. So if BigPod's still around, I don't think I've bumped into a package yet that's got a significant dependency change. What I'm expecting is to bump into something where there are new files in the package which aren't in the install paths, and that will trigger an error saying you've got new stuff that's not being installed anywhere. So, BigPod, if you're around, which packages do I need to be mindful of from your memory when you were doing this? Are there any that are going to catch me out with significant dependency changes? Okay, Yannick, thanks for stopping by. We will join you in Tyler's stream in a bit, because when I wrap up here, we'll raid. I've been really bad at doing channel raids, so this will be the first time I do it, which will be fun. In fact, I think what I'll do is I'll just open up a Twitch and I will turn off the audio, mute site. There we go. And they are not in my list. Oh, okay. Andy Hazen's watching the right person. There we go. There we go. Right. I'm just looking in another window to see that Tyler's up and running. Just waiting for the advert to finish. Gosh, that's annoying. Eventually. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do, but I thought if I've at least got their channel up. Okay, so there says starting soon. Okay, so they're on their way. How long am I going to stream for? I'm probably going to stream for another half an hour or so. And in fact, what I'm thinking of doing is I might dust off my script, which does all of this stuff. Hey, Rachel, welcome back. How are you doing? Dust off my script, which does everything that I've just been doing automatically, and just jam the 30 or so packages just automatically update, download, push them, build them all, and then just let Launchpad have a fit and see later on when I come back, see where the breakage is, and maybe just deal with fixing stuff. Well, thank you for stopping by. It's good to see you again. This is a return to regular live streaming for me. Okay, so I've got their stream up over there. Right then, we've pushed up the icon theme. So should we do that? Let's actually do this. Let's do for package in and start it there. And comment all of those ones out. Or Heath Robinson this. And so it's then going to be Kaja, Polkit, blah, 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 blah. So there they all are. I will not do that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, or that one. So we'll just stick a do there. And crikey, you can see this is that was the last time I used this script, was Disco. So what are we doing? We're doing well, let's just go for impish to start with. The old version is 24, the new version is 26. It's going to be 0.1. The Ubuntu version is going to be that, and the PPA version is going to be that. That's good. We are not going to be doing that one at all. Mate themes. Let's just not do that either. Where is it? There it is. Well, actually, I'll just go and check and see what the version of Mate themes is. In fact, I should do that down here. Let's do that here. So there we go. So release and themes. Okay, so they're still 322, which is good. So we don't actually need to change any of that. So 322.22 looks like the latest version. So down here, I'll change this, even though we're not going to upload it, because the current version is already in Debian. So I think what we'll do is we'll just comment this one out of the I wonder if I can so what have we got here then? This was where I would do stuff. Okay. I think I'll just remove this for the moment. Where was it? Can't see it for looking. There it is. After the backgrounds. Right then. So our process so far has been, those are going to do nothing. So move into the package directory, fine. Head change log, okay. Don't do any of that. we do want to do that. And I think that might just do it at the moment. Let's do these things one at a time. Okay, all of that's commented out. All right, let's do this in a window. I wonder if this is going to work. Brilliant. Okay. So, Mate desktop. No, Debian. Okay, Debian PKG. So what we're going to do here is try and just have a script that operates over a bunch of packages all at once to update some of this stuff. So if we do scripts, Mate bulk, and run that, cannot pull with a rebase. Typical. Everything I hit before this point merged just fine. But I've got changes, so I can go back and tidy up these ones that are failing. We'll do that afterwards. We'll just let it do its thing. So what's this, Eric? You're going to be putting together that use case for the CI and Docker Slim integration soon. What use case are you referring to? Sounds interesting. Right, I can see that Monica and Tyler are doing, looks like Tyler's grinding coffee. Not a euphemism. We'll hop over there in a bit. Oh, I see. So, because Monica's a tea drinker and Tyler's a coffee drinker. Right, this makes sense. Oh, automated data scraping. Yeah, okay. So I think Debbie and Salsa's had a moment there. So I need to go and... Oh, gosh. The fact that Debbie and Salsa's hiccuping is going to be causing me some problems here, isn't it? Well, we need to go and fix this. So let's do git status. Let's look at the diff for this repository. What we got? Oh, okay, so that's simple enough. It's 1.1. Well, whilst we wait, let's so Marco settings session manager. Okay. That's 2.1. Let's just clear these away. So I think it was settings. Yeah. Diff. Okay. That's 2-1. There we go. And no. 2-1 again. 2-1. Blah. Let's see if that's going to play nice now. Debian South. Oh, it's going. Good. Okay. Right then. Oh, look at this. It's hung again on the Git checkout. Man. Being thwarted by a server. Come on. Well, I'm kind of at an impasse here because if I can't check things in, well, checking things out is the bigger problem. Bother. One last time. I think that's Debian South telling me it's probably time to go and cook for the family and come back later and hope things are better, although I am extremely skeptical that that will have happened. Yeah. This is miserable, being held up by... This is... Debian South are adding friction where there shouldn't be any. Come on. It just cannot get in there, can it? I've not experienced anything like this before. I mean, it's slower than, you know, GitLab and GitHub. I know Salsa is GitLab, but I mean gitlab.com and github.com. But it's always worked. It's just been a bit slower. But this is... Well, this is a problem. Okay. Well. Okay. Well, I'll do Kaja by hand then. If it's not gonna play nicely, I'll do Kaja by hand. I don't want to do it by hand. I just want to have a robot do it all for me. Come on. Why is it this one? Oh, there we go. Now it's off. Okay, so I need to sort out Marco. Okay. All right, we're back in business here. Marco Mate panel. Okay. Right, here we go. Come on, keep going. Keep going. Let's do... What? I thought I saw it complain about. Cannot pull... Oh. Isn't that so... Alright, well, let's just stash it then. and then panel. Yeah, it's got hitched up again. Oh, well, that's a bit annoying. Oh, it's still going. This one's not. Right, okay, well that's done. I think it's Mate panel, right? There's another one that I needed to fix. Yeah. So that is 2-1. In fact, why am I doing this? I don't need to do half of that. So Mate panel. What else needed attention? Control center screensaver. Oh, spell. So we'll stash that change and screensaver. Stash that one. We don't need to revert these because we can just media it couldn't do. Power manager. So let's just go and check out media. That's fine. Mate power manager. I've got a patch in here, so yeah, good. I think that one's going to fail because it can't. Because the patch will need rebasing, but we'll deal with that later. System monitor and atrial. Okay. Dropbox fine. Extensions and EOM. Okay, applets was fine. Calc. Okay, that one we don't care about really. Icon theme Bayenza. I'm going to change in that to dead. Project applet netbook, and it's currently stuck on sensors. Well, let's go and find out. That's fine. What was after sensors then? Let's go and look. Lots of stuff. So sensors. Terminal user share utils. Well, here we go. So sensors was fine, but it couldn't connect. So that's fine. User share. Okay, that's fine. Next is utils. That's fine too. Mozo Pluma. Oh, Pluma. Yeah, Pluma's going to be a problem. Okay, we can just stash that. Save working directory and what? Oh. Okay. Fine. I have the wrong command, but it's fine. And Python Kaiser. That's fine. So when this decides to do the right thing, maybe I should just go to where we know we need to pick up from. Right, that's doing its thing. So once these Git repos are all up to date, we can then modify this script to iterate over it and bump some revisions and automate some of the upload builds and uploads and what have you. And then if I can get that done, then Launchpad can have a little bit of a whir. So when I come back to this later, I'll have loads more stuff to look through. Or at least I should have a bunch of failed builds and things like that that I can look at. Gosh, so slow. This is utterly annoying. Anyway, it is what it is. So let's get rid of this because I don't need that window. So we'll let that run, and while it's running, we'll head over here. This is where we're gonna bump everything. So we're currently doing that step. So once that's done, we will want to not do any of that. We want to go straight into building a package. Here we go. New version, like so. So that will bump the revision. That will add it, and that will commit it. We don't want to do any of those things yet. We don't want to do any of that yet. We don't want to do any of that. Debian packages. Yeah, that's all fine. But none of that applies. But we will want to do that. Check it generated the thing. Ooh, that could be handy. We could totally do that, couldn't we? Okay, so maybe what we'll do is we'll turn that off there. Don't need to do that. So, lunchtime. Okay, thanks for stopping by, Eric. Have a good one. Hopefully this script over here has finished. Control center gimped out, so we'll just make sure that that is ready to go. Looks like it's going to be fine. Okay. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I want to see all of those are up to date. And we won't push the changes to Git because that will obviously take forever. So we'll just commit them locally and then do the package version revisions, build the packages locally, or rather build the source packages locally and then push those to... I don't see a dput in here anywhere. Oh, there it is. That's what we want. Upload the source. There we go. There it is as well. Okay, that's good. Good, good, good. So what we've currently got in here is I've just uncommented a few bits which will update the version, add the change log, commit the change log. So I think we'll do those bits to start with, and then we'll come down here to do the package building after the fact, and then we can do the linting check-in. Okay, good. Save that. Move over here. Are we done yet? System monitor. Boy, howdy, this is painful. Debian infrastructure's on a go slow. Is there anyone in here who hasn't said hello yet? Do say hello. Ubuntu Cinnamon website online. Was it not? Oh, it's offline. Oh dear. Hey, Speedy B. Thanks very much for checking in. What's it like in South Carolina today? Somewhere I've never been, actually. What? I hope you're in the shade or have good air conditioning, in which case. Weather's here is quite agreeable at the moment. That sounds nice. It swells. I went diving in the Red Sea some time ago now, and that was a similar experience where you jump in the water, and other than the fact that you're wet, the temperature hasn't actually changed. It's quite remarkable. Well, some of these are fine and some of them are wigging out. So I think I'm going to leave. I can't move on. I need to go back to these ones that haven't worked and force them. So see if that will update well. There we go, that's one down. Okay, so next is... Oh, this is an unexpected faff I am dealing with. I just... screensaver. I might message Mike whilst I'm doing other stuff, cooking and what have you, a bit later, and see if he can poke somebody in the Debian project to give some healing hours to the build infrastructure. Okay, that's system monitor, that's done. Okay, so we're just waiting for things to happen now. Come on, come on. So if that's doing Kaiser extensions, what's... okay, let's have a look. We've got someone with a question here, so let's look at that. So Speedy B says, got a question. Excuse me. Got a question about snaps on Ubuntu Mate 2104. When I upgraded from 2010, my PowerShell and .NET Core snap stopped working. I was under the impression that snap would work regardless of the underlying OS version. Yes, but no in this case. So, if a snap is strictly confined, then it should have all of its runtime requirements like in the snap or in a framework snap that it uses, guaranteeing upgrades across releases. However, PowerShell is classic, and therefore what that means is unconfined. And what this means is there is something the PowerShell snap needs that isn't bundled in the snap, and because it's an unconfined snap, it's able to satisfy that requirement from the host operating system, and therefore whatever library it is that it's requesting that's now newer on the 2104 host is what's causing it to break. So you should be able to see in standard out where it's falling over. But that sounds like there's a library that PowerShell needs that isn't included in the snap, and it should be, is what I think is happening there. No usable version of libSSL. There we go. So libSSL needs to be included in the PowerShell snap by the sounds of it. I think, at least I'm fairly sure, the Snapcraft YAML for PowerShell is in the PowerShell Git source tree, so you should be able to file an issue in their GitHub project on that one. I'm sorry that's a little bit of an unsatisfactory answer, but hopefully I've explained why you've run into the breakage that you've experienced and why it happens and how it can be corrected. Unfortunately, not by you. It requires an updated snap. System monitor, okay. So let's just grab that one. That's all up to date, good. Up to date. How's your extensions? Ramp's fine, EOM is fine. Oh, okay, that's fine. Can't believe just checking out some code is what's causing so many blooming problems. You're welcome, Speedy B. Glad I was able to help. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to answer snap-related questions with any kind of authority, though. I don't think too much has changed in the intervening 5 months, but inevitably it will get there. Yeah, keeping those domain renewals going. Yeah. Oh, come on, Debian Salsa. Just work. Held by some dude in Iceland. Oh dear. Okay, all of those. Yay! I think we're done. Okay. So this, I'm now running that script again, which is doing the pull, and then it is updating the version and committing that change. It's not pushing those changes to Debian yet, it's just committing it locally. So we should see that all of these run through, providing Debian Salsa doesn't wig out and hold up a check to see that each repository is up to date. But this should be bumping everything to 126.0. And if this works, I'll then go back to the script and enable like the next thing we want to do, which will be download the source package for each of them, for example. So icon theme Faenza, I think I need to remove that from the list. I think I'm just going to go in there and delete that one. I'll do that now because it's never going to get updated again. It needs to be removed from the archives. So let's get rid of that. You can just go away. Hey, that will work. That's good. So we'll come back over here. We'll save this. And what we're going to do now is not going to do git pull anymore. We're done with that. And we don't need to do this anymore. So we'll put that away. And we'll put that away. So increment the build. So we need to do one of these things, don't we? I think it's that one. No, it's one of these. I think we can do that. Here we go. So we need to, okay, because things have changed. So what we'll do is we'll do a usescan thing. And we'll take all of that and we'll drop that in. That would be the right place to put that. Get the source tarball. If package is not equal, then do these things. So that's where we want it, and we'll do it like so. Oops. Oh, goodness me. Right, so that's the next thing we'll do, which is pull down the source tarball for everything. And I need to think about how we bump the according to the Wayback Machine. Locations. It's always been Iceland. Okay, is that where your registrar is, maybe? Okay. Right then. So that's pulling down those. So whilst that's downloading, let's just go over here. So somewhere in here, I must have had something at some point, which was to inject the PPA version. So the ch. Oh, is that how I did it? Code name, no. So that changes that. Okay, that changes unreleased. Okay, here we go. So that's what I want. Changed it to, we'll add this. So this is the PPA version. So this is going to be change the first instance of that to that, and then what am I changing there? Replacing, oh, that's removing it. And this, I wonder if I can just stick this on the end and go. Might get away with that. So let's go back over to where this script was running. So it's still downloading source tarballs at the moment. Nearly done. Copyright check disabled. What? Touch Debian copyright hints to enable. Oh, because that's using the old build system. Okay. Oh. Don't bother. I've saved the. Saved that partway through, didn't I? Oh. So I could test this theory out on a package, which is going to be, which was the first one we're going to be hitting. Kaja. So well, that's done the right thing. Okay, so that line will be correct. And what was the other thing we wanted to do? Oh, here we go. There's a whole bunch of them here. Oh no, that's just changing between versions. So that one, and what was this one here? Code name 1. I think it'll be that one, won't it? Oh, and I'll just change code name for suit or English in actual fact. Okay, that's going to do it. So it's going to be that one. And that one. Except I want to put that in. Oh gosh. Okay, that should do it. How's that other script coming along? Nearly done. Right then. What we got here? Make sure all the Mate stuff builds with GCC 11. Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to be doing, right? It's all going to go up to a PPA and build against Impish. And those toolchain rebuilds are triggered by canonical at least twice a cycle, where the entire archive is rebuilt against the new versions of the compiler and the associated toolchain. So my feeling is that should work. Git status. So if I just edit that and return it back to where it was, which should be make you a 1 and make you unreleased. New upstream maintenance release. What change was that? Hey Ridwer, thanks for the follow. So let's do that. So unreleased. So we don't want to download the source tarballs anymore, so we'll comment all of that out. Should probably make this script a bit more usable than this. When was Disco? That was a long time ago. That was 2 releases after Bionic. So what was that? That was 1904. Crikey. Right, so hopefully this should change unreleased to the code name. So we're going to do all of that. And then we will run these two things to check that it's all correct. Well, here goes nothing. Can't said. Oh, well, that's a problem. Interesting. Appears to have done the right thing. There's 2 definite error messages there, but it appears to have done the right thing. Okay, let's just prove that it has done the right thing. So we'll turn. Yeah. Save that and turn these off. We don't want those to run. So run that again. We should just see all of the correct version numbers. Well, everything's updated for Impish, and it's got the Ubuntu suffix and an Impish PPA revision. Well, we're going to assume that that's just fine. I don't know what the error message was. I don't care. I don't need to investigate right now. So let's do a source build, which is that line. And what we'll do is we'll do this in slow time. So check it's generated a source package. So let's actually turn those off. Let's ask it to build a bunch of source packages. Go in there and check that they all exist. Oh, I saw some errors there. Hey Rachel, thanks for that. Look at that. What's this? Error. Oh, I see. That's a patch that's not applying. Okay, well, we can live with that. That's fine. So we'll identify which things are failing due to patches that need refactoring. at the end of this. Right, come on now. Where are we? So whilst this is convenient for me, I've not been doing this in the past because I knew that people wanted to see how packages were made and maintained. But I know there's a lot of people watching here that have seen this before, so we're doing the faster version. So now that that's run, we'll turn this up, turn this off. And now we'll enable this bit here to go and see what packages we've created, if any. So this should alert me to the fact that something hasn't built a source package, like Pluma, for example. So Pluma needs attention, as does Kaja Dropbox, and Marco. What else? Marco, panel. So let's well, I tell you what, let's upload what we can, because why not? So actually what we'll do is we'll just go and grab the ones that have definitely failed. So these two. No, what's this? So what else? That's a failure. Panel. Oh, well, without panel, we're going to hit a hard stop. We're going to have to fix some of those. Otherwise, other stuff won't work. Dropbox. Technology Tim. Wow, it's hard to pick those apart. Thanks very much for the is that a follow? Thanks for the follow. Right then, so what else failed to produce a source package? It was Pluma, which I'm fully expecting. There was a heap of changes in Pluma, but that stands alone, so I don't mind that that's not going to build. So we've got a few packages there that need some love. Marco we're going to need to fix because loads of things use a common library in Marco. So the easiest thing to do is code Debian patches series, and I think that there is probably not required. So let's try and build Marco. And it also fails. So I think this has probably gone upstream as well. So those are two patches that Marco. There we go. So that's Marco fixed. We can do a proper fix on that after the fact. Oh, actually, no, Marco. Remove patches. We'll use this as our. Let's actually save this. Save as failed to build from source.md. There we go. Then we've actually got a record of what we need to do. So next up, settings daemon. So if we try and build this and see how it dies. Hello, thanks very much for the follow. Mescaya, is that how we're saying that? Hopefully. So this has got RDA. Okay, hopefully those have been integrated now and I don't have to to those patches, but we will comment that out for the time being and build it. There it is. That's working fine. And now next up is So the question is, does that need to be removed or refactor? And that's what I'll figure out later on. So next up, it's going to be Mate panel. So let's see how this fails to build itself. Gosh. Yep, it's another patch. Is this RDA as well? It is. Okay, so it's the same thing. Remove that RDA patch. Oh gosh. These all should be upstream now. So that we use a numbering system in the packages here. If they start with 0, they're patches that we've sent upstream for the next release. So hopefully none of those are required, and this is going to be the same as before. So let's go and check out. So I should now be able to build that. There we go. That's good. So now we'll try Aja Dropbox. There are a lot of patches to this. Gosh. So I'm fully expecting a patch won't apply cleanly. Okay. So use var lib. Okay. That doesn't apply. And those ones, as you can see here, we've got these ones as we simply can't upstream them for reasons. 07 fix the desktop file. Okay. And 2001 don't advertise. Oh dear. What's going on here? Hunk failed. Oh. Both 2 patches starting 2001. That's not good. Okay, so we've got 3 patches that either need refactoring. Is that one. This one, oh gosh. And this one. So those will all need investigating, but for now what I'm going to do is I'm going to build these without the patches in order to just get packages building, so the whole desktop can be, tested in unison. Oh, and now we've got Bloom. Okay, this is where it's going to get real ugly. So, hello Technology Tim, thanks for the follow. So, how did you find it? Your name is not one that I recognise from when I've done these things in the past. How did you find us here? Let's build this one from source and see where the failure is. It's a patch. Oh, Python 3. Okay, well, that's fine. We know full 3 that's going to have been fixed. Okay. So that now works. Okay. This is remove patches. Okay. So that's my list of things to do there. So if we run this script again, we should see a full list of stuff with no missing entries. Yeah, so there they all are. So source packages exist for all of them. So we'll turn that off. And Wow, this could create a bunch of work, but let's give it a go. So Lintian is going to check and see like the quality of the packaging, and it's useful for highlighting files in the source packages that aren't being installed by the Debian package, for example. So this is quite handy because obviously as the project evolves, here we go, there's several that redundant globbing patterns. Oh, never seen that message before. Okay. Okay, and copyright entries. That's non-critical. What's this? Wildcard matches nothing in the copyright. That's fine. I don't care about the copyright. Well, I do care, but I don't need to do anything about it right now. It's not going to prevent it from building. Here we go. These are the sorts of things that are interesting. This won't prevent it building either, because these are just saying these are files that don't have copyright. I don't have a problem with that. What I care about is it says there's a file not being installed that is in the upstream. Okay, so that one, that's the most significant package here, and that's okay. Package uses old Debhelter Compact 10. How is that possible? How did that go overlooked? Okay, well, none of that's going to stop it building either, so we'll just go with that. Marco. That's fine. I'm surprised. Here we go. Now it's getting interesting. What is this one? Redundant globbing patterns. Okay. Things missing from copyright. Panel. Here we go. This could throw up a load of stuff. Oh gosh. Okay, redundant globbing patterns. I'm gonna have to read what that one means later because I've never encountered that message before. Right, that's fine. Okay. Come on, faster. Oh, Mate backgrounds. In fact, the Kaj is okay. Are there any others that I'm really concerned about? I don't think so. I think I'm going to kill these Lintian checks and we're going to move on to building and uploading, because then we'll find out where the stuff is truly busted. So we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. Upload to a PPA. Source changes, echo source changes, put them. That is the step that I want. There are no other bits enabled here, are there? Nope. And there's nothing after that. Okay. Let's go and upload all the source packages then. So here it goes. So each of those that we've gone through now, this is pushing them up to the PPA just for Impish. And those can then build whilst I do some family stuff. And then I can return a little bit later and take a look through all of this and figure out what needs fixing. And I can already see there's quite a bit that not so much fixing, but needs updating to keep up with current standards and good practice. That one's going to fail. You can always tell when it sticks like that, you know it's going to fail. Mate System Monitor. Remember that name? Right. Where was that in the list? There. Let's just comment those out. Right, let's resume that. Oh, come on. Why? Why is it being slow? Why is Launchpad now? What's going on? Right, there we go. That's uploaded. Right, okay. That's looking better. Much better. Right, I see that, yeah. Okay, there we go. So now we go back to this here and refresh this page. I don't know that Launchpad will have caught up with everything, but there we go. You can now see there's a bunch of stuff in there. So most of the packages have been uploaded, some without patches. So we'll let that stew and build. And I will then return a little bit later. Hang on a minute, I see Big Pod's back. Just woke up from falling asleep in front of the screen, but I was working outside the whole day. Right, I need to do that raiding thing. So, are they still going? So, I'm done. We're going to go and raid the other channel, providing they're still making Linuxy tea and coffee, tea tasting stuff. We'll let Launchpad stew. I'll be back, I don't know, in about 3 hours, something like that. And I'm going to pick up and polish all of that and hopefully get to the point where we can test Impish with the new build of the Mate desktop. So, they are still going. Refer a raid. So how do I do this? How do I raid a channel? I think if I take this name here, I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm doing this on a different screen. I know you can't see it. I apologize. In fact, there is no reason why you can't see this, I don't think. Oh, hello. Oh, no, you can't because reasons. Sorry. Right. So first thing I need to do is follow this channel properly, don't I? Oh, I am following. Okay. So raid a channel. No, not community tea time. Is that the channel that they're doing it on? Oh, it is. It's Monica's channel. Oh, okay. Perfect. Right. Raid a channel. Here we go. Apparently we're doing something. I don't know what that looks like. Now, I'm assuming that that's done a thing. I don't know. Did that do a thing? Oh man, Twitch is so complicated. Start a raid. Something went wrong. Try running the quick action again. Oh man. I tell you, I'm just being... It's doing something, is it? How do we know? Well, I'm very confused. You can see in chat. Okay, I can't. I tried doing the thing and I'm not seeing it, but if it's worked, then brilliant. That's good. Right. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. It's when I end, you go over there. Right, okay. Let's do that thing. Right. Thanks very much for coming, everyone. I'll be back in about 3 hours. I'm going to hit raid now. Go. There we go. There we go. Brilliant. Okay, thanks for coming, everyone. I'll see you later, hopefully. Bye for now.